Hey, what is up guys? Today I'm going to show you how to make an HTML5 and CSS3 slideshow. So let's get started. So as you can see here, I have already created a basic HTML page layout. So we have the HTML tag along with, I just need to remove this real quick. So just so HTML head, title, and the basic HTML tags. Now what we are going to do is actually we are going to make a div with the class of slideshow. So let me make it and close the div, and in this div is actually we are going to write the code for our excuse me, for the slideshow. So in the div class equal to slideshow, we are going to write the figure tag. So figure tag and just close it, and in the figure tag we are actually going to write the image, in fact write the image tag. So my image, so the photo name is p1.jpg. So that's that. Actually we are going to show 4 such images. So let me just copy paste the code 4 times and just rename it. Yeah, there you go. Actually these images are in the same folder as that of my HTML file, so I need not specify a path to them. If it aren't in yours, then be sure to put them in the same folder, or if you do not want them in the same folder, then be sure to get a path to put a path in here. So actually this is the basic HTML code that we need, and we are all set to go for the CSS file. Now let's actually see how does it look in our browser. So certainly not like a slideshow, so but after some styling we can actually make it to look like a slideshow. So let's jump into CSS. I've already created a CSS file having the name slide.css, and where I'm going to write code for to actually remove this blank space over here, the white space over here, and make the image uh, to actually shift and start from the top left corner. So let's do it real quick. So we can put the margin down to 0 as well as the padding down to 0 as well, and now you can see. Okay, now the why isn't it applying is because we didn't add the link tag. Now link tag is actually a tag which will use to link the style sheet and the HTML file. So type equals text CSS, and the href is slide dot CSS as well. Now these, keep in mind that these two are in the same folder, so I'm not specifying a path for it. Now let's see, does it really apply? Yeah, it does. Now let's stylize the div with the class slideshow, which actually contains the whole slideshow, the images for the slideshow. Now in the slideshow, what we are going to do is we are going to position it relative actually, and we are going to set the width to 100% and the height to 100% as well, and then we are going to keep the overflow hidden. So what the overflow hidden thing does is it removes the scroll bars, and it actually makes it a one page layout, and in fact a one screen layout. Now here we go, we have got the whole thing fixed to one screen, and we don't have the scroll bars as well. Now the next thing you got to do is actually put a class in here so we can actually stylize each image. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to name the class same as that of the image name so that it's pretty easy to remember. Then I'm going to name it P2, P3 and P4. The next thing is actually selecting each of the image and then positioning it absolute. Now if you don't know about positioning in CSS, you should actually go on the net and surf some videos, because the absolute position is quite tricky, so you need to know what is absolute positioning. So I would recommend you going on the internet, find some video and get the idea cleared. The next thing you got to do is position the image. So actually I want to see the other part of the mountain which is not visible right now. So how do I do it? So I just use the top element and put it to a value which is negative so that it moves up. So yeah, there you go. Like 150 minus 150 px does the trick for me actually. So it's a trial and error thing. You need to try different values, see what looks good, and the reason why I put the opacity for P1 to 0 is so that I can see the image which is behind this one, behind this image, behind the mountain image. So if I refresh it, I get a next image that is actually the P2 image. And let's do the same thing with it. The position is going to be absolute. The top is going to be like minus 200 pixel. I don't know. This is some guesswork here. I think I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna increase it a bit more, at minus 230. Okay, it looks good. And probably I'll just copy paste it once more. And you need to do it for every image in your slideshow. So P3, put the opacity to 0, because every image is on top of each other, so they are stacked together. And I think I'll move it up a bit, in fact it down a bit. And let's see how does it look. Okay, and then the same thing. Remember to change the selector over here. That's what many people tend to forget. And the last image is going to be something like this, and just need to move it a lot in upward direction, so maybe a bit more. And yeah, the images used in this project are actually from unsplash.com, so they've got some really cool images down there and they're free to use, so do check out unsplash.com as well.